friends, it's raining rats in here. Well, it's raining one big fat king rat in the kitchen trying to get his cheesy little mitts on Nintendo once again. But no, we gotta swat him away because he will not stop until that happens. That much he's made clear, so we're gonna get into that. But on a lighter note, we're going to get into the fact that there's more hints at what the Nintendo Switch 2 might possibly look like. So before we do that though, if you like what you see, you like the content, why not consider that like, subscribe, that bell, helps us out, and then pull up a chair right there and sit with us as we get into today's first story, which is, of course, more possible hints at what the Nintendo Switch 2 might look like. This comes courtesy of eagle-eyed viewers who have spotted something very interesting in some screenshots that were shared on Nintendo of Japan's official site. We can see that indeed the game's protagonist, Ashley, is holding some sort of handheld device she uses to solve puzzles, and it's one that people are speculating could be the Nintendo Switch 2. But why are they saying this? Well, this all goes back to the fact that in the original game on the DS, Ashley has a very similar device named the DAS, and it's one that was modeled on the original DS console. So people are now saying that the design of the Switch 2 could be incorporated into this game. So it's a very interesting theory. More interesting than that though is that if we take a closer look at the device, we can see that it does have on the back of it a camera feature. This is something that was also heavily rumored this entire year concerning the Nintendo Switch 2. I'll tell you what I've noticed, because if we take a closer look at the machine, it doesn't look very apparent that there are Joy-Cons connected to this machine. So could this mean that Nintendo is ditching the Joy-Cons, or it's just, like I said, this could be another, design that developers have made specifically for this game, and this is not the Nintendo Switch 2 that we are looking at? I don't know. Let me know in the chat what you guys think. Right, next up. Well, Phil Spencer. Yes, the man everyone thought was the nicest guy in the world, who only cared about the video game industry at large, who only cared what was best for us video game players, who only cared about forming deep friendships with other companies such as Nintendo. Turns out he's a big, fat, ratty liar who only cares about himself. We know this thanks to some more leaked emails. In fact, he thinks of Nintendo as a company he just wants to keep on the string with the intent of acquiring them sometime down the line to achieve what he says would be a career moment. So yes, in fact, he believes Nintendo should be a company that drops their hardware, rich from a company that cannot sell any of their own. So what exactly did Phil Spencer say in this leaked email? Well, let's have a look. He says, Takeshi, I totally agree that Nintendo is the prime asset for us in gaming, and today, gaming is our most likely path to consumer relevance. Alright mate, I've had numerous conversations with the LT of Nintendo about tighter collaboration, and feel like if any US company would have a chance with Nintendo, we are probably in the best position. The unfortunate, or fortunate for Nintendo, situation is that Nintendo is sitting on a big pile of cash. They have a BOD, Board of Directors, that until recently has not pushed for further increases in market growth or stock appreciation. Say, until recently, as our former MS Board of Directors member Value Act has been heavily acquiring shares of Nintendo, and I've kept in touch with Mason Morfitt as he's been acquiring. So right there you can see Microsoft's intent with Nintendo. He continues though, it's likely he will be pushing for more from Nintendo stock, which could create opportunities for us. Without that catalyst, I don't see an angle to a near-term mutually agreeable merger of Nintendo and Microsoft, and I don't think a hostile action would be a good move, so we are playing the long game. But our board of directors has seen the full write-up on Nintendo and Valve, and they are fully supportive on either if opportunity arises, as am I. He continues, I love this discussion and value you looking at the opportunities here. At some point, getting Nintendo would be a career moment. And I honestly believe a good move for both companies. It's just taken a long time for Nintendo to see that their future exists off of their own hardware. A long time, he concludes. There you go, my friends. Now we can see the true intent behind Phil Spencer's and Microsoft's friendship with Nintendo, which is seemingly being used just to reel Nintendo in, keeping them on a string, whilst in the background they acquire more and more stock until it's somewhere down the line in the future, they launch a full-blown acquisition bid of the company. Rats is what they are. Especially as Phil Spencer's just doing it for his own career motives. But nonetheless, what should Nintendo do about this? Should they distance themselves? Or should they, indulge Microsoft in this friendship, acquire more of these collaborations, knowing they're never going to sell themselves to Microsoft? I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you believe they should do. I do think though it's hilarious. Phil Spencer himself is, you know, talking about how Nintendo would be better off without their hardware. I was like, bro, you haven't had a hit hardware since the Xbox 360 almost 2 decades ago. In fact, your current hardware with a zillion teraflops is getting outsold by a mobile handheld device with a mobile chip from 2015 with a game that uses a Joy-Con to milk a cow. What are you chatting about, bro? Work on your own successes and just leave Nintendo to let be so they can create all their, you know, innovations and interesting hardware going forward. Leave us alone, bro. But anyways, let me know what you guys think in the chat. Do you think, you know, Nintendo would be wise to drop their hardware and go just IP alone? Or do you think they should just, nah, mate, leave Microsoft in the dust behind and carry on about their business as they look forward to launching the Nintendo Switch 2, which is probably going to outsell more Microsoft hardware? Let me know, though, what you all think. Right then, that is the video for today. Hope you all enjoyed it. I will be back tomorrow with even more Nintendo news. But until then, my good friends, have an awesome one. Bye!